We the people of the United States are getting really just messed over because you understand, time we put people in office, they do their thing and they forget about us. They make money. But one thing I have to say, Senator Boris Hill Miles' office from Austin, Texas, not personally from him. I sent the flash drive with all my information to him, and one of his people said that he wouldn't be able to help me with this situation because it's a criminal matter, but he told me this. He said, you need to take that flash drive, the same one you gave me, to a civil rights attorney and file a 1983 lost civil constitutional violation suit. Now, that's the only person that ever stepped to the plate, reviewed the information, and didn't back down. He said what he said. I don't know whether he's a Republican or Democrat, it don't even matter. But he wasn't gonna let it go down like that. He spoke on that because his hand was tied. Went through Al Green. Al Green said that they told me Al Green can't handle that. That's what this office told me. I said, y'all sure y'all don't want to let him know that I'm trying to get in touch with him? Okay. I contacted Sheila Jackson Lee, and it was like, well, no, you can't talk to him. I contacted Kim R. They put a gate around her and told me I couldn't even come in the office, you understand, as a citizen and have a conference with her to tell her about my plight. But they do have an integrity unit, and the integrity unit got the same information I presented to them. And you know what? They went moot. Because these documents are what it is. The district clerk has these documents. The First Court of Appeal have these documents because I have a document from the First Court of Appeal showing that I went to prison for a sexual assault, not an aggravated sexual assault. And if you think I'm lying, look at Van Watson Jr. versus the state of Texas, 180th District Court, Harris County, and it's going to show you what it says. Sexual assault. But I'm sitting there in front of you. Sexual assault carries from 2 to 20. And if I was guilty of the crime, carried 2 to 20, I'm 7 years past due. But I'm not guilty. So I'm 27 years past due. And I just want this thing fixed. I ain't down with no revenge or nothing like that. Okay? But I want everybody case that went before Ron Hayes, Debbie Strickland Mantu, and Miss Woodford, under the guise of Judge Debbie Strickland Mantu in 1995. Every case I want looked at the people that plea bargain, especially if it was sexual assault, and see how many else came up beside me. If I'm the only one, okay, I'll receive that. But I guarantee you I'm not the only one. And that's just fair. That's just fair. And this is one of the reasons they don't want this case to open up. Because when they look back and they see who was under the reign of Debbie Strickland Mantu and Ron Hayes and Caleb Williford, okay, they're going to get some stuff. The only reason I can say this here, and I don't even feel like I'm going to be handled about it, is the fact that these people was involved in my life. And I can call their name because they part of my family now. They've been with me 27 years. In August, well, when I got back for the DNA testing, and I presented the documents to James Pinkerton of the Houston Chronicle, he was a legal editor. He sent someone over to get me to sign an affidavit so that he can go and talk to whoever about this situation and see what's going on. The next week, and if you look at the archives in the Houston Chronicle, you'll see the Honorable Debbie Strickland Mantu is abruptly retiring out of Texas. Now, I don't play on words, but now abruptly has to mean something, okay? But if you want to find her, she right there in Austin, Texas. Now, she was leaving Texas now. She in Austin, Texas, okay? You see, still in Austin, Texas right now, and making money. But I'm saying this right here. So many people have made money off of me. I want my money now. I want my money, I want my freedom, and I want every document that pertain to this case, okay, because this is going to be a legal document that's going to be put in every law library in the state of Texas so that people will know how to challenge their convictions and get it taken care of. And I do want the senators, since they gave way to this thing by saying it has to appear to be a grand jury indictment, that's what I'm under. I have an indictment that's not even a true bill of indictment, but it appears to be a grand indictment because it's got a rubber stamp on it. That should not have been. It's either indictment or it's not indictment. How can you say it must appear to be an indictment? That's why I'm sitting here right now. I'm locked up because it must appear to be a grand jury indictment. That's wrong, man. It's either right or wrong. I ain't even mad though. See what I'm saying? Because guess what? I made it out. You know, guess what? I can breathe tonight. I couldn't breathe. But everybody was diverted because they looking at him when they got their feet on our brothers' necks and killing them, shooting them down, okay? But guess what? I couldn't breathe in prison. And some more brothers can't breathe. What y'all gonna do about it? I could breathe because I made it out. So the tears don't come about me. They come about the ones that left behind. I'm 70 years old. You know what? One day, I don't know when, I'm going on to be with the Lord. That's a good thing. Because I ain't got no reason to fight to stay here. Because I did my time. I fought my fight. I've kept the faith. And I know I'm going to go. But you know what? He gave me the opportunity to expose the corruption. And you know what? Be wise about this. All this reform for prison reform, it starts with the judge, it starts with the DA, it starts with court-appointed attorneys as well as paid attorneys. That's where your reform come in. You see what I'm saying? Because you're locking up people, you understand, you're not justified with locking them up. All you're doing is plea bargain. Well, how in the world can I plea bargain and get a 30-year sentence as a first time ever being convicted in my life? Now, let's make some sense out of that. I do a naturalized sentence, 25 years, okay? Make some sense out of that. Never been to prison in my life, and I cop to a deferred adjudication form of probation and do 25 years a life sentence. Can y'all tell me that's right? But the medical records speak for itself. If I got the medical records showing that I didn't do the crime, what does the state have? But they still holding me. We got to get this right, man. And I'm not anti-United States. I'm about the United States. And I ain't leaving Texas. I'm fifth ward back. Gonna be here. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And you know what? Don't break the law, but guess what? I'm bringing brothers off the street. See what I'm saying? Because you know what? This thing go down, I'm going to make some millionaires, y'all. See, brothers is slinging dope, going to start slinging hope. Because you know what? We going to build something here. Yeah. We going to build our own stuff. Because like I said, it ain't no racial thing, it's just a black thing now. Because you made it that way. Look here, I got Christian brothers, black, white, and all kinds of colors, so I'm not a racist. But I know one thing, my color caused me to get set back on many occasions. And it's just ridiculous, man. We all in the same space, man. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to do that. You know, I'm not gonna ever crank nothing up and have nobody to go against no white folks, no black folks, no folk. We human beings, man. We need to get this thing right. It's crazy. White man ain't no better than black man ain't better than white man, Mexican. No, we the same, man. We human beings. But if you ain't got Jesus, you ain't got nothing. And even those of us that have Jesus, when we carnal, we do carnal things. Because you know what? Everybody's down with this here. They wasn't just all people that didn't believe in Jesus and have received Jesus as Savior and Lord. Make this shot right here pretty simple. Jesus Christ, he was born of a virgin, he suffered unto Pontius Pilate, was crucified, and died. On the third day, he was raised from the dead to buy that which was lost. He brought everybody back that will receive the gift. Now, by him doing that, let me make this clear to people that has committed rape, okay, all right, and it's broken them, and they don't want to be under that gas no more. That was paid for before you did it, because God knew you were going to do it before you did it. That's what the blood was for. You just as saved as people in the church house. You just as saved as a preacher. Because Jesus died for our sins, knowing the sins that we're going to commit. Because you have to look all the way back to Adam. If Adam had not transgressed, there wouldn't be no rape. There wouldn't be no murder. Let's get real about it. So everybody was attached something from Satan, you understand, to bear. I don't know if anybody else could have did 25 years in prison, but God knew I couldn't did it. I didn't want to. You see what I'm saying? But I just, look here, I let Jesus do the time and I kept him company. And here I am, y'all. I'm back. Thank you for letting me share that with you. But like I say, contact my man right here, and he'll be able to shoot you all the documents that you need. It's right here on my phone, so that a man can make his mouth say anything, but the proof is in the paper. That's all I got to say, man. I appreciate you.
Look.
Let me make something clear real quick. So you still on parole to this day?
I'm on parole on sex offender registration for the lifetime. But this is the point I want to stress, though, since you mentioned that. I did 25 years. When I got ready to come out of prison, they released me from the LeBunk unit. The people got on the phone, and they called Austin, Texas. They said, Mr. Watson is about to come out of prison, but we don't have his ankle monitor. I'm charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child, okay? They said, let that man go, he ain't got no monitor. Everybody I came out with had on a monitor for me. Never been on no monitor. Now come on, we gonna make some sense out of it somewhere. Because you know what it boiled down to? It was nonviolent crime, okay? But the fact of the matter is, parole knew it was dismissed, and I kind of gave them a game up when I called them to try to contact them because they had me under parole for sexual assault, not sexual assault. But when they started scrambling, trying to put things together, and Mr. Mike Ward, you did me really bad. This Senator Whitmire aide. You blocked me in every term you could block me, Mr. Mike Ward, and you knew I was innocent. I gave you my information and everything. You wouldn't let me get to Senator Whitmire. I don't know if y'all down with this here. I don't think Senator Whitmire is down with that, okay? But you blocked me from getting to Senator Whitmire because he would have took care of this thing way back when I tried to get with him. And anything I say once, I say it twice, man. And if you look, I still got your number in my phone, the times I called you and everything. So I'm not gonna lie on you, but you didn't have to do that, man. So now, since you already know the truth, you need to get on board too and try to get this thing fixed. Get with Senator Whitmire and let's get this thing taken care of. Because it's a miscarriage of justice. I want my 1983 civil rights violations, constitutional violations, files. I have 16 grandchildren, and I ain't seen them since I've been home, and I've been out since December 20th, December 28, 2020. Okay? Now you count that up. April 24th, 1995 to December 28th, 2020. The only time coming out the prison is going to the hospital, John Seeley, in 2010, coming to Houston, Texas for DNA testing. And the big thing about it is this here. After 25 months passed, they still hadn't regard to DNA testing. So they broke the protocol and everything. But like I said, Texas Forensic Science Commission, that's under scrutiny right now, and I really believe that they're under scrutiny right now and you're being challenged right now, is because what they gave this black man right here. See what I'm saying? All of a sudden they the crooks now. Everybody bashing them. Okay, but they just told the truth. So let them alone. See what I'm saying? You're going to dig up some dirt on them, If they were doing some dirt, they were doing dirt a long time ago. Why you didn't get them on the dirt back then? But since they put it out there and you know it's out there, and it's the truth, and they are in the penal code, so they can't lie, but they can't represent me. But I got the documents, and I made sure that I kept it in blue, so you know it's authentic. We need to fix this, man. Time is running, man. Somebody need to jump on this here ASAP, because we can't do no delaying. But guess what? If I die tonight, my family be taken care of, okay? You know why? Because it's out there now. It's out there for the whole world to see. And you're going to have to come to record. And you're not going to crumble. So you might well bring the money on. Okay, let me get my dysfunctional family together. Because you know they had to fend for themselves when their daddy left. And it's chaos right now. Okay, but I want to leave them a legacy before I leave. They got Jesus Christ because they raised with him. And they never let him go. Okay, but they need some Skrilla. They need a little change too. So I'm just going to keep it 100. Like I say, I just enjoy the fact that I can breathe today, you understand, because it's all good now.
Yeah.
I did what I did. Now, only way this thing here don't come out and it don't take care of business immediately and go down like it's supposed to be, it's a God thing. Because let me say this right here. When Jesus went to Gethsemane, he said, Lord, can't we do this another way? I don't want to die for you folks, man. I just don't want to do it. That's the man talk. And you know what? He said, but not my will, your will be done. If he let Jesus die, he ain't got to clear this up for me. Y'all can still have me, power people. Y'all can still have me. But I ain't mad. I'm going to be smiling all the time. I ain't hurt no more because I did the time, man. You see what I'm saying? But I don't believe my God going to let me down like that. So y'all need to come on with it. Let's get it straight. I mean, now, I'm tired of going to parole. I'm tired of going, but I got to stay in compliance because if I get locked up in Harris County, okay, people still dying in there, and I don't want to check. I don't want to die on the chicken bone. I don't want to choke on the chicken bone. I'm doing good out here. I ain't selling no dope. I ain't buying no dope. I ain't doing no drugs. I ain't doing no alcohol. I'm working at Goodwill. And, you know, I was a certified peace officer before. When I left the world, you understand, I was a commissioned security officer. Now, I'm living in a halfway house because I refuse to live in Kelly Courts. And I'm not bashing Kelly Courts because, you know what? I was born and raised around Kelly Courts. You know? But, you know, my nephew did a favor for me, you understand? He allowed me to give him $1,000 down in order to give me a vehicle because he said that I didn't need to get no used vehicle. And I'm driving a 2022 Tucson. Okay, and I'm paying the notes on it because I get retirement Social Security and I'm working at Goodwill to make things work. And then Social Security said they cut my Social Security check. So, okay, that's another story. So I ain't even tripped about that. But God's going to provide.
Amen.
Okay, but you know what? To pull up in any of these places around here where they only let criminals live, they won't let me in a real apartment, a senior citizen living apartment. And then housing told me I was too old to get on housing. I said, oh well, the world sure has changed. I left here on housing when I got kidnapped, but now I can't come back and it's still the same situation, get back on housing. Okay, but we need to do something, man. We need to do something. Because this is ridiculous. And I'm just looking forward. I think enough been said, but please contact my man right here. He's got the information downloaded so that you can personally see it. I hope he can set up a situation where he can show you each document piece by piece. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because you need to read each document because each document has to be together in order to make this whole thing make sense. I contacted our police chief, Troy Fenner, and no offense at all, but he couldn't do nothing for me either, you understand? Okay? But like I said, the only thing I say about that is I recognize it, but if I was the police chief and he was my son, he was in that situation, I'd say something. Okay? But I know I'm not Chief Fenner's son, so I guess he couldn't say nothing either. But you know, wrong is wrong and right is right. And you got, if you pro-black one way, you got to be all the way across the board. Okay? And you know what? I don't want no sudden accident or getting shot or none of that. Say, I don't care nothing about that, man, because you know what? My life is in God's hand. People tell me, man, you gonna keep getting out there and folk gonna kill you. Man, can't nobody do nothing to me unless my daddy say you could do it. I don't borrow none. I don't even have a knife on me. I don't carry weapons because I got the blood of Jesus. Sure. I'm through.
Man, look, we appreciate you coming through, sharing your story, and for any brother and sisters out there that's dealing with something like this or know somebody that's going through that battle, make sure you reach out to try to help you see into the right direction, the people that can get your case and your story be heard. Level Up Podcast.